Hello students, welcome to today's lecture of Theory of Machines. This is the part 2 of the lecture on terminology for radial cam. In the first part, we discussed the few terms related to radial cam. The radial cam, as we defined, is the cam in which the motion of the follower is in the direction perpendicular to the axis of rotation of the cam. So the terms that we discussed are the base circle, which is the smallest circle that can be drawn from the center of the cam and tangent to the profile of the cam. Base circle basically dictates the size of the cam. Next, we discussed the trace point, which is the point describing the motion of the follower, or which is used to trace the pitch curve or the profile of the cam. We also discussed that in case of roller follower, the trace point is at the center of the roller. In case of knife edge follower, it is the edge of the knife that we consider as a trace point, and in case of flat face follower, it is the point of contact of the cam and the follower surface when the follower is closest to the axis of the cam. Next important point which we are going to discuss is pitch curve. To define the pitch curve, we think of a kinematic inversion. We discussed in the first lecture of cam and follower that this is a four-link mechanism. In this four-link mechanism, it is the link 1 that is fixed. This is fixed, and here the support is fixed. The link 2 is the cam, link 3 is the roller, and the link 4 is this follower. Now, if in this mechanism we make an inversion in which the link 2, that is the cam, is fixed, that is, if we allow the prismatic pair of the guide and the follower to move in the opposite direction, having the link 2, that is the cam, as fixed. So in this case, roller along with the follower will be rotating about the fixed cam. And if we do that, then the locus of center of the roller will generate a curve which is parallel to the cam profile, and it is known as pitch curve, as shown here. So the pitch curve is the locus of the trace point or the roller center, in this case after kinematic inversion with cam fixed. Or precisely, the pitch curve is drawn by the trace point assuming the cam is fixed and the trace point of the follower rotates about the cam. So this is the pitch curve for the disc cam shown in this configuration with roller follower. So in case of roller follower, the pitch curve is at a distance which is equal to the radius of the roller from the cam profile. This can be seen as follows. So this is how the pitch curve is generated. We shall see it once again. It is the locus of the center of the roller in this case, or the locus of the trace point. So the pitch curve in case of roller follower is at a distance from the cam profile, and that distance is equal to the radius of the roller. In case of knife edge follower, the pitch curve is same as the profile of the cam, as the trace point is the direct point of contact of the tip of the knife edge follower and the cam. So the pitch curve will be same as the cam profile, as shown here. Having defined the pitch curve, now let us define a very important term, that is nothing but the pressure angle. Suppose the follower is moved to this location when the cam is fixed. If we look at this diagram, we see that the common normal between the roller and the cam will be passing through the roller center and normal to the cam profile. As we see, this is the common normal between the roller and the cam profile. Now, if we assume that there is no friction, then the force that is exerted by the cam onto the roller will be acting along this common normal. So this is the direction of the force between the cam and the roller in the absence of friction. Let us understand this with another figure. So this is the point of contact of the cam and the roller, and this is the direction of the common normal at the point of contact of the roller and the cam. And this is the direction of motion of the follower, which is vertical direction. So we see here that the normal contact force will be acting in this direction, but the roller has to move in the vertical direction as it is constrained by this support. But the follower is being pushed along the direction of the common normal. So this angle should not be too large, because a force is always transmitted perpendicular to the surfaces in contact. The cam does not always push the follower in the direction of its motion. The curvature of the cam affects the position between the follower center line and the actual point of contact, as we see here in the figure. The force required to push the follower depends on the application of the cam system. However, the contact force between the cam and the follower can be much greater depending on the location of the contact point. Actually, only one component of the contact force generates the follower motion. This force will be having two components, one in the vertical direction and another in the horizontal direction. So only the vertical direction will be used for providing the motion to the follower. The other force component is undesirable and it generates a side load and must be absorbed by the follower guide bearings. So this angle, that is the pressure angle, correlates these two components of the contact force. The pressure angle at any point of the profile of a cam is the angle between the follower movement and the direction that the cam is pushing it, and that is the angle between the follower movement and direction that the cam is pushing it. More precisely, it is the angle between the path of the follower motion and the line perpendicular to the cam profile at the point of follower contact. Each point on the cam surface has a pressure angle, and it varies in magnitude at all instances of the follower motion. A high value of maximum pressure angle is not desired, as it might jam the follower in the bearings. So let's come back to the original figure. So this angle between the direction of the common normal, that is the direction of the normal contact force, and the direction of the follower movement is what we call the pressure angle phi. And for the smooth movement of this follower, this angle should be less than the allowable value. Pressure angle will keep on changing depending on the cam profile, and for the roller follower, that is translating follower, the maximum allowable pressure angle should be less than 30 degree, and for oscillating follower this value should be less than 45 degrees. So I hope pressure angle is understood. This is all for today's lecture. Thank you.